Hello, I'm Mimi, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you some ideas for how you can make money from your art, how easy they are to start, and how long it took me to make my first 100 Australian dollars from them. I've been taking my art seriously since May 2020, started making a little money from it 7 months later in December 2020, and have been earning enough to live off since September 2021. There are so many ways you can earn an income or a side income from your art if that's something you've been wanting to do, so hopefully this list sparks some ideas for you to try and to make those art business dreams a reality. In order to make money from your art, you of course already need to be making some kind of art, so build a little portfolio for yourself, and for a lot of these you'll also need some kind of audience on a social media platform or in your local community, and you can give them a go even if your audience is small. So let's take a look at what they are. Commissions. The first way I made money from my art is through commissions, which is where someone pays you to make them a custom artwork. I got my first commissions through people seeing my art on Instagram and messaging me to ask if I would draw them something custom, so it can be quite an easy and natural transition to making money for a lot of artists. You could start creating art in the style of commissions you'd like to do. Portraits of people and pets are quite popular commissions. Sharing them wherever you usually share your art, and then let your audience know that you're available to do custom commissions. You could list your commissions in an online store like Etsy, which is what I do at the moment, or you could accept them via DMs or email and collect payment via something like PayPal. If you already have a platform you're sharing your art on, and an audience, whether it's big or small, I think commissions are a great way for artists to start selling their art. I'd give commissions a 1 out of 5 stars for how hard they are to build and maintain as an income stream, because you don't need to set anything up except for a way for people to know you offer commissions and a way to accept payments, so it's a fairly easy intro to selling your art. It took me 7 months after I started making regular art on Instagram to get asked to do my first commission, and about 6 weeks after that to make my first $100 from them. I've now done commissioned artwork for personal portraits, small businesses, and picture books, and in the last 6 months have made a little over $4,000 from commissioned art in total. Patreon. The second way I started earning money from my art is by starting a Patreon, which is a subscription service that allows me to offer special content across different paid membership tiers. I create drawing tutorials, lesson videos, exclusive articles, updates, and digital downloads for my Patreon, and those who are interested can choose a tier that suits them and they'll receive those benefits for each month that they're a member. It's a fairly reliable source of income because it's a monthly subscription, but I also really like that people can cancel anytime and it's just as easy to sign up for just 1 month. You could offer almost anything you like on Patreon, and you can structure and price your tiers in a way that works for you. I choose to use mine for mostly educational content, downloadables, and some behind the scenes. You could also share exclusive art, host live streams, send out mail of your art, build a community challenge, all sorts of things related to your art that some people in your audience would be interested in paying to have access to. In my experience, I've noticed that my Patreon account has always had about 1 patron for every 1,000 followers I have on my main social media account. But if you have a particularly engaged audience or a really amazing offering, you might have a much higher conversion rate. For me, I'd give Patreon a 2.5 out of 5 stars for how hard it is to build and maintain as an income stream, because it takes a bit of setup and you need to create the benefits you're offering every month. It took me just over a month to earn my first 100 Australian dollars on Patreon after starting it a year ago in March 2021, and in the last 6 months I've made just under $5,000 from Patreon. Selling products. So a big way that a lot of artists make money from their art is of course by selling their art directly or selling products related to their designs. There are loads of ways you can do this, so let's quickly look at a few. You could sell physical products of your art like prints, t-shirts, stickers, and things like that, which you could do in person at markets or online with a digital shop. You could also sell digital products of your art like printables and phone wallpapers, which you could also do from an online shop. In my opinion, physical products are usually more fun to buy and can be more personal, but require you to have stock and to ship packages, while digital products can be passive and you don't need to post anything, which is really nice. You could also consider dropshipping or print-on-demand services if you'd like to sell physical products but don't want to hold the stock and do the posting yourself. In my store, I sell step-by-step drawing guides, phone wallpapers, and printable bookmarks, but would love to be able to sell some physical products this year as well. You could set up an online store fairly easily with a service like Etsy, Gumroad, Ko-fi, Shopify, or use a print-on-demand service like Redbubble, Society6, or Spoonflower. In my experience selling digital products, I would give them a 2 out of 5 rating to build and maintain as an income stream, because aside from the initial time I spent setting up the shop, it's now largely passive, meaning I don't need to action anything when someone makes an order. I haven't had a physical product shop yet myself, but have made prints of my own art in the past and would imagine that to set up and maintain a physical store would be more like a 3 or 4 out of 5 star rating for how hard it is to set up and maintain, because you need to more consistently make or buy product, keep track of stock, and then pack and post when someone makes an order. So to make my first 100 Australian dollars selling digital products online took me about a month from uploading my first product, and in the last 6 months I've made around $1,500 selling my digital products, mostly passively. Content creating. Another way you can monetize your art is by content creating, which is where you create content and get paid from ad revenue or from a creator fund. You could share your art process, behind the scenes, or offer advice and education to other artists, then post your content to something like YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, or a blog, and eventually earn money from your content on these platforms. You can also earn money from sponsorships, where a company will pay you to feature their brand or products, which means that you can also monetize a platform that doesn't yet directly pay their creators, like Instagram. Generally, you need quite a lot of views to earn money from your content, but if it's something you enjoy doing for your art practice or for your community anyway, it can be really worthwhile to build to be able to monetize in the long run. In my experience, I would give content creation to earn money a 4 out of 5 stars for difficulty in building and maintaining as an income stream. I made about 42 videos before I even got monetized on YouTube, and although if I never made another video again, I would still earn a little money for a while, if I want to maintain that income stream, I need to keep making content for the platform, so it's quite a lot of work. To make my first $100 from content creating on YouTube, it took me a year and a half from posting my first video. And in the last 6 months, I've made about 2,500 Australian dollars from content creating. Licensing. So lastly, I want to talk a little bit about art licensing, which is where you sell a license to a company to use your art commercially on a product that they sell. Licenses come in all shapes and sizes. You can sell exclusive or non-exclusive rights to use your art, usually on particular products, and sometimes for just a particular region or country. Almost anything you can think of that has art on it that is sold in a shop could have been licensed by an artist. Things like greeting cards, wrapping paper, tea towels, mugs, all sorts of things. It's a great way to earn money from art that often you've already created. You're just lending that art to someone else to use commercially for a fee. I've been contacted directly on a few occasions before about licensing my art, but this year I want to be more proactive with it and seek out more licensing opportunities on my own. So far in my experience with licensing, I'd give it a 2 out of 5 stars for difficulty building and maintaining, because although sometimes opportunities might present themselves, to seek out licensing takes more work, and dealing with contracts and agreements can be a little bit tricky to navigate. I had been making art for about a year and a half before I made my first $100 licensing, but you could absolutely seek out opportunities earlier in your journey if you have the portfolio for it. And in the last 6 months, I've made 1,800 Australian dollars from licensing my art. So in total, in the last 6 months, from my art and art-related content, I've made about 15,000 Australian dollars, which isn't a huge amount of money, but it's enough for me to live off. And for where I am in my journey, I'm really happy with it because it means I get to illustrate and make content every day, which is what I set out to do. And I'm only going to grow from here. There are of course other ways you can make money from your art. If you have any income streams that are art related that I haven't listed here, then let us know what they are in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!